Hey everyone, my name is Daniel. I am part of the EVS team. This is my first video on the channel. Hopefully, I will be able to provide some quality information about muscle and strength and all the good stuff, training, all of that, injury prevention. I'm going to introduce myself. I am a physiotherapist or a physical therapist in other countries. I am also a certified personal trainer by the NSCA, and I have a master's in physical activity and exercise. And I have a bunch of courses on like physiology, sports physiology. I have courses in biomechanics, nutrition, and all the good stuff. I've been working as a physio for about 10 years. I've been heavily involved in sports since college. Like I started doing taekwondo when I was really young, and then I competed through high school and then through college. I had really good results. I got to like top three in my country. So I've been very involved with sports like all my life. During the pandemic, I was basically kidnapped by the hospital. I had to work at the hospital for rehab and like handling like ventilators and stuff. It was pretty rough. Um, then I worked remotely for some time. I gained a bunch of weight. Then I started lifting again. I was in and out of the gym for years, but I finally locked in when I started powerlifting. Now I train 4 times a week. I have a powerlifting coach, and I work with Ben on EVS, helping people like you get stronger. So our first topic is something that came out of the comment section. This is always a thing that makes me laugh. It's when people say that they don't care about hypertrophy. Like I don't care about muscle. I just want to be stronger, or like having muscle is like what do you call it? Like ego. Like it's all the ego, dude. Like you just want to look better. You want better physique. That's like, dude, get out of here. Like people don't realize how important muscle is in your daily life and for your like actual performance in the gym. So hypertrophy is more than aesthetics. It has a bunch of benefits, like I said. It has direct benefits that are like super studied, right? On cardiovascular disease, on lung function, bone density. Like it changes your body composition, it regulates blood pressure, your immune system. It's very good. Training, like doing resistance training, is like a must. If people do like strength training without doing hypertrophy training, they are not gonna have all the results that they want. Like neurological adaptation will only carry you so far. There's like, if you look at the top level athletes, they are all in the gym doing their curls, doing their rows, their leg press, their hack squats. Like like you see, for example, like any athlete, even like the smallest categories, like 60 kilo benchers, they are not only doing bench, squat, and deadlift. They are consistently doing their accessory exercises. And there's this sort of myth that size doesn't equal strength. Well, we're gonna talk about it later, so it doesn't matter for now. But let's just move on. So muscle is basically a huge metabolic sink. Like it uses glucose for its fuel. Once you use that glucose that is stored as glycogen inside of the muscle, it needs to refuel. So anything you eat, like the sugar in your blood, it's gonna go to the muscle, right? It's not gonna like go into your body fat stores. So it's basically like a huge cheat code. Like the bigger the muscle you have, the bigger glycogen you can store, right? It regulates blood glucose. It improves insulin sensitivity, um, and it's also a reservoir for amino acids, right? In case that you are like, for example, say you can't eat for a long period of time, before the body starts breaking down other structures, like it's gonna go to the fat and the muscle first, right? So people that have more muscle mass usually live or have a better life expectancy when they are hospitalized, or when they are like at the ICU and stuff like that. So that's really, really good. It's also related to longevity. Like a higher muscle mass is associated with all cause, like lower all cause mortality. There's a bunch of studies about like grip strength or like leg press strength. It protects about metabolic diseases, like I told you before. It improves like cardiovascular function, and it improves like your insulin sensitivity, and it also helps you maintain functional independence. Like people that have more muscle mass, once they go into like the later years in life, they have improved quality of life. And there's also reductions in systemic inflammation, which is also good. Like I'm not talking about like when they say that you eat, I don't know, you eat peanut and no, that's inflammatory, no, that's bullshit. I'm talking about like actual inflammation. Like there's cytokines that have actual effect in your tissues. Like people, when they have a body composition that tends towards like storing fat, usually they have higher systemic inflammation. Like you can see that they respond in a worse way to injuries, like to recovery, scarring. There's also like the strength potential. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. So there's this huge myth that there's guys that do hypertrophy training and bodybuilding, that they have fake muscles, or that the muscles are somehow like filled with air or something, because they're used to seeing like, I don't know, they squat 100 kilos and it's like huge guy with huge legs, and some skinny guy that does powerlifting squats 140, and they think that they're stronger because of that. And like they have absolutely no clue how it works. Like I guarantee you make that bodybuilder do 3-4 weeks of strength training, it's gonna blow you out of the water, dude. Like bigger muscles have greater force production potential. That's how it is. Like it's been tested. Like the bigger your cross-sectional area, the higher tension you can produce in the muscle, therefore the more power you can produce. So this is why it's the foundation of all the strength sports. Like people that compete in all of the strength sport, be it strongman or like CrossFit or powerlifting, they have to do hypertrophy work, because a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle, right? And this guy is like, look, for example, on the picture that's right here, like Ronnie Coleman is doing a skull crusher with 3 plates. Like you're gonna tell me that that's not strong, right? So strength is also specific. It's a skill, but you have to teach those muscles, those bigger muscles that you get through hypertrophy training, to adapt to your nervous system and be able to express that strength by practicing the skill. And that's where you do your strength exercises. But yeah, I'm deviating from the topic here. We also have injury prevention and injury protection. Like, see here, this atrophied muscle is not going to have the potential to stabilize a joint as much as a normal muscle with a bigger size, right? It's been tested a lot of times that during like sports and daily life activities, having more muscle mass leads to having less risk of injury. And besides that, there's also like the bone density, which deteriorates over time, like with your age, especially in women. Women after 50 years old, they start losing bone density like crazy. So strength training and hypertrophy training increases tension on the bone, and that makes the osteoblasts like produce more bone cells. Basically, it makes the bone harder, basically harder to break. And if you have more muscle, you can also like during your movements and stuff, if you have accidents and stuff like that, it has better padding. It's like an armor, right? You have better shock absorption. Here's a study about like reduction of sports injuries with resistance training, which basically concluded that the incidence of all kinds of overuse injuries and others in swimmers and tennis elbow can be reduced by doing specific resistance training activities. I work a lot with elderly, so as a physio, like in rehab. So it's very important to have muscle mass in the lower body for fall prevention in older adults, because more muscle improves balance and mobility. And if you do some research, you're gonna see that strength training and resistance training on elderly is as effective or even more effective than balance training on the elderly. Like if you make a 70-year-old guy stronger, he's gonna have less risk to fall and injure himself than if you do direct balance training for fall prevention. Like it's just stupid. Like it's cracked, absolutely cracked, to get more muscle mass in your lower body. Your ability to recover your position after a slip or a trip is also predicted by your muscle mass. And even after having an event, a catastrophic event like a stroke or like a fall with a fracture, it has better rehab outcomes to have better muscle mass. And I see it all the time. I have like 5 neurological patients right now. I've had people that are like 45-year-old who do sports consistently and they recover like in a couple of weeks versus sedentary adults that are young, like 30-year-old adults that are they have a stroke and they can't move their hand anymore, they can't move their leg anymore. So yeah, it's super good to do this on everyone actually. And this one is a big factor. I see it on Ben's comment all the time. People asking about like, I'm a 40-year-old guy. Am I gonna be able to build muscle, or am I gonna be able to PR or get stronger? I've known patients or people that are like elderly, like 70-year-old, doing squats, and they get stronger over time. I'm using right now with this old lady. I'm using searcher like front squats, like searcher squats from a box, and she does 15 reps with 20 kilos, and it's insane. Like she can like go up and down the stairs easily now, like she hasn't fall. The other day her caretaker told me that she grabbed like a pot with the lunch with one hand, which is insane because when I started working with her she had a broken hip bone. So it's like transformative. And this is an important point. When I was in college, they told me that after like 25 years old, your testosterone starts to decrease and you start losing like all your gains. You start losing muscle, you start losing strength, you start losing power. And in a sense, like it's theoretically true. There are mechanisms for that, but in reality, like most natural lifters peak in their 40s and some even in their 50s. Like you can still be like making insane gains. Like I follow this guy Eric Helms, Dr. Eric Helms, which is like super recommended. He's a huge sports science guy. Dr. Eric Helms is a natural bodybuilder. He's like 40 something, 44, 46, I'm not sure. And he's getting PRs in the gym like at his age, and he's looking better than when he was 20, right? Like muscle maturity is a thing. So whenever like somebody tells you now you're too old, you can't train, or you're not gonna get results in the gym, like that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Now is the time to start. If you are deconditioned, if you are fat, if you are sick, if you're ill, if you're getting older, now is the time to start lifting weights for hypertrophy and for strength. You gotta, this is your life insurance. This is gonna help you like stay out of the hospital and stay out of the like medical bills. This is gonna keep you safe. It's gonna keep you like functional. It's gonna keep you happy. It has a lot of mental benefits as well. It improves self-efficacy and confidence. That people, this has been tested a bunch of times as well. People that do exercise, that have better, I don't know, like elbow flexion, I think it was measured, and grip strength, they have less risk, and they have less symptoms of depression. How many times have you heard of people that are experiencing severe depression symptoms, and they are pushed by someone to get to the gym, they start working out, and they feel absolutely better like in a few weeks or a few months? It's super transformative. It reinforces good habits, discipline, consistency, and it has a positive impact on your mental health. And it also has cognitive benefits. Like there are studies that correlate resistance training to cognitive function, and it basically makes you smarter. Like it's literal cheat code. If you look up on Google Scholar or just regular Google, strength or muscle and depression, and you're gonna get a bunch of studies showing that it basically correlates in a positive manner to depression. So basically, long story short, like takeaway from this video: muscle building improves health, strength, resilience, quality of life, and it's never too late to start. I got super fat on my 20s, like on my late 20s, and I started working out again and doing powerlifting, and now I'm at the best shape of my life. I'm stronger than ever. I'm feeling better than ever. I'm 33 years old, by the way. So yeah, I cannot recommend you more that you start lifting weights right now. And if you have someone, your family member, your dad, your mom, your cousin, anyone you know that they could use some help, like mentally or like physically, dude, just take them to the gym. It's gonna be life changing for them. It's gonna be life changing for you. They're gonna thank you forever. I am forever grateful for the friend, like towards the friend that brought me to the gym again. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to um, to help anyone like on rehab topics, injury prevention. I'm gonna link in the description as well to the EVS page and to Ben's channel. So if you come from Ben's page, hey, tell him I say hi, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.